Anje Chudam Sochi Chonam Shacho Pato Abi Shudam Jibe Sana Bola Pencho Sanye Ndrapa Sho Anje Chudam Sochi Chonam Shacho Pato Dagi Chapsuchi Abi Chiche Jibe Sana Bola Pencho Sanye Ndrapa Sho Je Chodam Soki Chodam Chacho Dagi Chapsuchi Agi Chishi Jebe Sola Rola Pencha Sanje Verba Sho. Okay. Good evening again. Good evening again. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Even
Evening,
Angela.
Geshe. Good evening.
Good evening, Geshe.
Angela, do you hear me? Angie, do you hear me what I say?
What? Is it good evening?
I say, Angie is come.
What?
Even you come late Zoom.
I'm sorry.
You're just kidding.
Okay.
Just kidding, okay?
It's okay. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm just fine. Anyway, it's wonderful. I think we have a very wonderful week last week. Everything go very well. Everyone working very hard. To a lot of people get blessings, right? How's it? You will get blessings?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you hear something? Maybe you think, I'm sure I got something. And I don't feel it. Get it? I hope so.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Anyway, wonderful. Everyone working together, physically, mentally, all different ways. We can come together. Wonderful. Okay. 아잖아. 가서 엄마 가서 개좀 해왔지. 아무 것도 신들었다.
No.
Last week, right?
Week before?
The week before, Tom Chicken. 3 days.
Yeah, that's right.
다 간제 신앙도 나가도 그러나 가디에 있는 것도 그걸야 아니 잠도 심지지 아니 되는 재미시지 아니 되네 진짜 봐 아니 가든 라자 샤이니 뭐가 거든 된거와
So we always recite the prayers like at the beginning of the teaching, starting with the refuge and bodhicitta for immeasurables, and then praise to Buddha Shakyamuni and Namsong Guyo, Harster, and so forth, right?
제가 냠내겠네 쳐서 뒤벌어 주면 되잖아. 두 지나 마디와 봐셔야 말이야.
So all the practices to gain enlightenment is included in these prayers.
제가 나서 땜발한 주베고 잠도서 간지 넘버 이메기 쳐서져야 돼 잠도서. 땡아도 당고 치요래. 소진이 잠도라니 소진이 딱 네, 잠도서.
So the beginning, the gateway, to the Buddhism, is a refuge, right? Taking refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, which is included in the first prayer of refuge of bodhicitta.
제가 잠도에는 넘버 차와, 잠도면은 넘버 맞차와. 되는 같은 정도.
So if you have a refuge, then you become Buddhist. If you don't have refuge, then you don't become Buddhist. That's the crucial point.
안에 되네 태워 치준 게 아니 쳐서대 다 섬치서야 돼. 대주도 안에 섬치, 쇼진의 섬치. 니네 거.
And what determines you are a Mahayanist or not is the generation of the mind of enlightenment, or bodhicitta, right?
또 된리기 상지고 섬대야 고네 배워서 버는 냠내까지는 재미식 냠내고 그래서.
And in order to enhance that kind of bodhicitta practice, what you need is the practice of the four immeasurables.
오늘 들이 냠내 칭에 강다도 소리나 상지 좀 된대래. 말은 다 지자선 받다 준 거로.
And who did this kind of practice and achieved instead of enlightenment is the Buddha Shakyamuni. So then there comes the praise to the Buddha Shakyamuni.
다 뒤시고들 아니 다 원래 들이 냠내 약보 영원을 가르치나 아니 연하되게 그러면 남줬던 저기 얘는 연하되게 냠내 저거 그래서.
And in order to, in order for those practices to become well, proper, what we have to do, is to engage in the practice of the 7 limbs, right? And so then we do this Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga, in conjunction with the 7 limb practice.
다 대안에 지금 너 장비를 지는 냠내 제타야. 아니 나라면도 빠르게 냠내 치는 어떻게 뭐 용도 돼.
And that practice of the 7 limbs can be done solely on the basis of the sutra, or can be also related with the tantric practice.
다 뒤까지 또 이제 탑지 냠내. 대 소대가 그래.
So this mainly explains or indicates the practice of the method.
다 뒤쇼는 나는 셔럽님 보서 다또 셔럽 내가야 셔럽님 보다 셔럽 냠내 다 그래.
Then after that we recite the Heart Sutra, which is all about wisdom. And so that explains the practice of wisdom.
다 딘지게 아니 고점조 아니 고노 상적을 셈. 딘지 탑다 셔럽 냠서 셔럽이 냠서 마무라 때니 가려운 거래 세워이나스.
And then, so conjoined with that refuge and bodhicitta, and then the four immeasurable, then you engage in this practice of the method and the wisdom. So through that, what do you achieve?
아니 다 때야다스. 다 때에서 때야다스 베게 다 때에서 다 띵테나데 때야단 가den가데 빠랑가데 빠라 생각된 보대로 디나두거다.
And so that is included in the line, which is tayata, means so is like that. And gadegate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhi soha.
아니 송시 스페르게라나
Gadegate means like gone.
거나 아니 다데스 근데 카운터 손놈은 거래 손놈들 좀더 거래 때야다 가den가데에서
So gadegate means like gone from the path of accumulation to the path of preparations. And gadegate, gone.
제가 아니 빠랑가데에서데 아니 손놈 염시고레스
And then paragate means gone beyond, which is referring to the path of seeing.
빠라 생가데서데 고놈 염시고레스
And then gone completely beyond, right? So that is referring to the path of the meditation.
보디에서 와서는 텐제기 아니 람딱 손놈 이 손놈 거라니 잡아라 때네 아니 대냠손한테 비질라 가르토나 아니 상지에서도 또 그래서
So bodhi soha means you achieve the enlightenment. So by going through the path of accumulation and path of progression, gone, right? And then gone beyond path of seeing, and completely gone beyond path of meditation. Through that, then you achieve the state of Buddhahood.
그래 제가 뒤는 최소한 뒤들었단 거지
So this includes the whole practice to achieve enlightenment.
세상 가서 때야단 가다가다 빠랑가다 빠랑상한 데서 내가 가야 아니 돈은 고놈 데서 롤 샤워치고
So when you recite the line where it says gate paragate parasamgate bodhi, so you have to contemplate on those points. Think about at that time. Think about the path of accumulation, path of preparation, path of seeing, and path of meditation.
Okay, is it like that? 다네다 좀 돈은 나까지 쉬고래서나 근데 겐주로 가디 저거는 손음 제그래서
And then when do we enter into the path? Like starting with the path of accumulation, is whenever you have generated renunciation.
아니 겐주로나 가려고 해나
And then what is renunciation?
Okay, you can say
Renunciation.
Yes.
Determination to be free. Determination to be free.
possible determination
Determination to be free.
제고삼이다. 탈고드스. 호환의 탈고드스 삼바리.
그거는 내가 좀
Determination to be free from suffering, free from samsara.
says
Samsara.
she pass how did she pass
Yeah, generate when day and night.
No, she's not very happy.
No, no, no. I mean,
The measure.
it's the measure, yeah. It's when you day and night, yeah.
다 텐데 야 텐데 영화라 아니 고해가 내서도 시고 그래서
So in order to have renunciation, you have to first understand the nature of samsara.
아니 고해가 내서 마시는 고를 단도로 지금 말봐.
So if you don't understand the nature of samsara, then you will not have a wish to be free from samsara.
자대 도가래 아니 제가 난치 동안 들어와.
And so the nature of the samsara, is all these sufferings, right? Like we experience the suffering of birth, aging, sickness, death, and so forth.
다 되게 내한테 시원 안에 들어 단도로 저 오토신도 그래서 다 남배 추 아니 좀 단단히 들지 말이야.
So when you understand that nature, right, of the samsara, is all about suffering, then you will have a wish to be free from that. So that's how we generate renunciation.
다 원래 된대기 제마도 가르치는 연구를 해서 봐이나 가르치는 제도에 말했어. 민주 가르치 제도에 말했어.
So why are we not able to generate renunciation?
다 대라시단 진짜 뭐뭐 여기 전에 다 계산하도 저렇게 되는 마치로 봐이나.
There are many, many reasons you can tell, right? Hundreds of reasons.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons, is explained in the last verse that we went through last time.
예. What? What was the number?
The last verse that we
43.
was
43,
44, yeah,
44?
was the last
44.
one. But I think we're at 45 now.
다 지나도 44 때 가상하도 다 담주에 가지고 가던 것이 들다 잡대인 받쳐도 거기 나면 아까시.
So last time we discussed about this, right, a little bit. So did you guys understand this? What it was talking about?
Right? Okay. 단 네가 빼나, 단 누구 빼내 내가 아주 잠좀 간도 빼나. 빼셔는 말 대시 잡아도 소소도 지금 소소도 타 많이 하면도 소소서 제 림보로 소소 내가 매버서 나가면 뭐 저거도 와.
So sometimes when it's explained in the text like this, we don't get connected with that. We don't feel the connection with that, right? It feels like it's not talking about me. It's talking about somebody else or something else or very far away like that.
다 시도 되는 말 장한테 저왕가 장거든. 저왕가 장와야 되나 되네. 파 장와는 내가 저왕가 문제 줘봤다. 파 장와는 가리 마요레스.
So here it counts the 5 obscurations, right? 5 obscurations. But if you count, there are more than 5.
제가 그다 셀린 다베 전에 아니 직당시거든요. 그래서.
So if one is in terms of the function, right? Because of the function, it resides in one of the delusions or defilements.
아니 고바다 아니 조반이 됐다 지바로 그래서.
And here, the excitement and the regret have the similar function.
아니 무바다 니니 아니 제당치 바로 그래서.
Malice and sluggishness.
제가 되니래래 나와래.
Sluggishness and the sleepiness, then have a similar function. So these are counted as one.
되니 만jo 고바다 조반이 찍지. 무바다 니니 찍지. 아니 니니도 찍지다. 니 자송.
So excitement and the regret are counted as one, and the sluggishness and sleepiness counted as one.
네 가다 노셈사이도 왔어.
And on top of that, there is malice.
that's what it was. 아니 되는 노발은 덤바사이도 와.
And the yearning for sensory desire, that's like 4.
아니 대숨생 맞았지 그래.
And the doubt are the 5 obstacles.
반대서 가서 검잡네야. 단디가 뭐네 가래 넣지기도. 단디가 가래잖아. 아니 라왔음 냠슬렘 발라 안 넣지기래스.
So then we contemplate on these and see how they harm us. So what they really harm to is in the practice of the 3 trainings.
그래. 답변은 가서 가나. 다 가서 거바서도 가는 건데 저기. 교바서 가는 건데. 팅하고 가래 넣지기도 나와이나.
So what is excitement? How do you explain the excitement. What does excitement means, and what does regret means, and how do they harm us?
thing of the nire toda rebe sosu go nyamle chiala. The karine wa ching lose.
And how do they harm us, right? To our day-to-day life practices.
Okay? Is it? Bana gopa da joba niga ne sosu nyamle chiala karine wa do.
So how do they harm you in your practice? The
Okay.
excitement and regret.
Okay, Julie. You say something? Or you're thinking? After the Angela, okay. Can you hear? Maybe she doesn't hear. Angela? Angie?
I can
No,
hear. Yeah, no, I'm here.
I thought maybe you just on the Zoom, then maybe walk around the kitchen.
No, I'm sitting in the sofa.
I'm just kidding you, okay? Okay, what damage for you daily practice to excite me and regret? Regret.
Regret.
No regret.
That's right. That was the class.
Okay, not just Buddha say. Do you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have an answer?
Did you understand the question?
You say
Okay,
how those two harm, right? Your daily practice, right?
Yeah.
Regret.
daily life, daily life.
How do they harm to your daily practices?
Yeah. For the excitement and regret, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the excitement just like you have something your mind being pulled or drawn by something else, so you're not focused, so you're not calm abiding, right? So it's very hard for the concentration, I guess. And for the regret, then it's kind of like a negative, thoughts, negative mind that you not feel encouraging, or encouraged to do the practice. So I thought those two are getting some harm mainly to the, concentration and diligence to do the daily practice. I don't know.
If you can see, or if you think that, or you see, or you think like that way. Just think.
You think that way.
I think
Right.
okay. You don't want to do a little meditation.
Yeah,
Just
right.
not concentration and a little meditation. Okay, how the excitement and regret to destroy our mind. Okay, everyone got it? Try to formulate, to think. Do you have that?
So how do these excitement and regret harm in our practice, in our day-to-day life practice, right? So just contemplate on that point. Think about the reason how they harm to your practice.
되게 소소절에 이어와 임마. 되게 내 지금 하모거나 가서 대야고 말나 가서 더 무난하나 보지 않지 버려와.
So if we don't realize that we have these obstacles like excitement and regret, and if we don't realize how they harm us, then saying that, oh, these are bad, it's just like shooting in the dark.
Right? Okay, try to formulate to meditation. Oh yeah. You found something? Okay, now who can explain? How about Jennifer?
I think that excitement's easy, you know, it seems like it derives from attachment, and it creates that unpeacefulness that that distracts you, you know, particularly I would say for your calm abiding practice. And then I think regret has the same function to create an unpeaceful mind, a distraction.
Okay. The teacher don't touch things about
Example? Can you give an example of regret?
Of regret, like
In your personal experience.
well, I think for this type of regret, because we discussed this at length in the last class, so we're not talking about like the beneficial type of regret that is associated with the four opponent powers. We're talking about a different type of regret that is,
Yes.
you know, like just the constant second guessing, you know, oh, why did I do this? Or I shouldn't have done that, or, you know, constantly, or that all day long, you can think of those types of regrets.
what is bother? What it bothers?
Like a specific example of that.
No. It's like you think what they did, why they did, just what bothered us.
Why does it bother?
Yeah.
Because it's an unpeaceful, distracted mind.
Okay. Well, way to excitement.
Excitement? I was thinking more along, I mean, I was thinking, yeah, it is a problem with calm abiding, but also in daily life, it just keeps your mind, you keep focused on objects of desire instead of focusing on something more virtuous. It makes it hard to focus on a more virtuous object.
How about Vika?
Yeah, the desire to the object worldly pleasures. But right now, when Geshe asked to meditate, the excitement from today is trying to distract from my analytical meditation. Like right now, I can feel like
Something
there's
that you can hear something.
yeah, from
something like-
earlier today thoughts and stuff coming. Excitement. This analytical meditation itself.
Yeah, that's good. Tenere wo kanje, ndo chena sem shokchile shama to jingdo, sem yindo wanjo. Tadele go passage. Tade yondo manzo kande chena sem yindo ndo. Manzo lega chena yindo ndo. Ani che gomjena yindo ndo.
So in this context, right, the excitement, you know, in this context, and the regret and excitement in this context, excitement is pretty easy, same, right? Like we always get distraction, which is another word for distraction, right? Whatever we do, it's always, you know, have a distraction, right? Like even we are trying to do our practice, like daily practice, you know, we get distractions, and even if we're doing some job, we get distractions. So all these distractions is the excitement, the mind. Is all over the place that causes us not to be able to focus and get all these distractions.
Cheza tene nani go passage ani ngando. Yamne chela pachi chegres.
And so then, you know, when when we're not able to focus while we're doing the practice, that causes harm to our practice. And so that's how the excitement causes harm to our practice.
Tan jobala shedan jobaya suni yo mare. Ani chi susu gewe shabalega yaboji chene telan jobashana. Ta chedan de maso. Tate machina tata yizam bishana. Kanshi gewe debut mewa chando gres.
So the regret, you know, can be a variable factor. Like it can be, you know, good, it can be bad. If you regret for the good, then that's bad. If you regret for bad, then it's good, right? So like, you know, so if you say, oh, I should not have done that good thing. I wasted time doing that practice, you know, reading that, you know, scripture and so forth like that. If you do that, then that is bad. That creates a negative karma.
Time change? Time change? Oh, well, you saw the topic very far away. 제가 누송은 담담 타는 모습만 맞다지 소소 니네 초월을 간이 견적도 노치는데 아마도 되는데 아마도 샘명도 인도도 바 다시원도 인도 호텔에 고발.
So this is something that we should, you know, think in our day-to-day life, not something very far away, but how does it really cause harm to our practice in our day-to-day life?
Right? Are you guys got it? It happened for you guys?
Kurukulla, hey, Kurukulla,
Yes.
can I have a question? You mentioned about the regret. If you focus on the object as a regret when you meditate, you think about it, it kind of like a reflection, right? What you done today? What is it? And you focus on that. You know, that's a different from when you do some object. For example, you visualize a Buddha statue in front of you, but you suddenly come out some distracted mind, like you said, like excited, or you got like some of the other object, like thoughts coming out. So that's different, right?
You're talking about excitement.
No, I'm talking about regret. You know,
No,
because
that's not regret.
No, this is
yeah,
not
because
regret.
yeah, but because when you do like a calm abiding, like you're doing the single point meditation, of course you will visual. For example, you visualize an object, but suddenly your thoughts comes out, analyze something, and you have a regret. But the other thing is, if you focus on reflection, I wouldn't say regret, but you reflect something, what you have done and what you try to improve, and maybe you feel a little bit regret, so you focus on that. You know, that becomes an object. So so you won't feel like it's a distracting mind because you focus on that. You get my meaning? You see,
That doesn't make sense.
So you are saying that when you get distraction, that is a regret.
no, when you focus on something,
Yeah.
just really focus on something. So of course
Yes.
you could have an excitement or regret, or even the other thoughts, right? Comes out because you're
Yeah.
going to disturb, you get distraction to your mind,
Yeah.
right? But I'm
Mhm.
talking if you taking regret or reflection as an object. For example, you have a single point and you sit there, try to get better yourself, like you're learning, and you say, how can I be doing better? And so you just kind of like have a reflection and you focus on something you need to improve and have some kind of a regret thought that I shouldn't done this, and it becomes an object you focus on. So it's not going to, it's not going to break. I mean, it just focus on that. So you won't have any emotion or negative. You just like simply focus on that. So
Okay, that's good. That's good.
So that regret sounds like that regret is a distraction also, right? See, like when you're trying to focus on something, visualize
yeah,
or focus on something, and then you thought about, oh, I should not have done that, or I should have said that, and I shouldn't have said that. Like that thought comes up, then that's a distraction. So
exactly.
yeah, it's a regret and also a
Right.
distraction, but that's not the object. That's not
Right.
that's a just thought coming,
Exactly.
as a distraction. So
Exactly.
that's a similar to the excitement also, right?
Right. Yeah. But if you focus on, you try to reflect something and what you done, and then you maybe regret is not a good word. Maybe reflect yourself, right? You think about, and then what is the words apply to your daily life, and you try to analyze that. And maybe you feel a little bit a regret, or you're not supposed to do that. You analyze that. So you focus it as an object. So it doesn't mean that they have a distraction. This is a different from the first one we just talked. Yeah. The first one is you focus on something that you're feeling.
Oh, so you're thinking about the regret as an object.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
like contemplating on the regret. So, oh, I think
Exactly.
I did that. I should not have done that, or I said that I should not have said that. And is
Exactly.
what I said
Focus
is right
on
or
that.
wrong, or maybe I should not think about that too much, like that, So when you have that, yeah,
Analyze.
then you can take that regret as an object, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
You
okay.
can
Yeah.
take the object, yeah. But most important, don't look for excitement requirement very far away.
Right. Got
24 hours. That's we need to identify it's 24 hours with us. This is
it.
important. Otherwise, we need something very far. Maybe that is not like that. Okay, Jennifer.
Thank you, Geshe. I want to clarify about regret, because it sounds like Geshe said there's two kinds of regret. There would be
Yeah.
the regret that
Good
regretting
one, bad
something
one.
non-virtuous, and that would be a good type of regret. And then there would be a regret of doing something virtuous, maybe, like, oh, why did I make that offering or something, which is bad. But the low-rig texts say that there's a third kind, which is kind of neutral, unspecified. So,
What can they give me an example?
like for the example they gave for regret of the neutral or unspecified would be regret for something that neither benefited nor harmed others, such as manual work.
What is the example?
That's they just use such as manual work.
so sugu laga chajora sugu laga chabadela then joba gawena ta dige tene sula manaba sula mafena then the gawa chagmare mega chama dige sula mafena che sula manaba ina mafena da manaba ina ina tene di the joba di tene da longa chagres
수보 내가 제
sugu laga chajora pena sugu laga chene da na di majaban ta ba yin chajora 나 다이데 주름부 마대면 떠다니서 해야죠.
근데 대한처럼 되는 거죠. 단단한 소리 인지문제 개와 먹게 거지 말. 수수 샘데 가원 그리고
쌤은 다들 받쳐지고 왔다.
다시 지금 그 개와 먹게 계시 드시고 말해. 단단 줘봐서 되게 샘을 가리 버리시게 도서 돼.
So yes, of course, then
Yeah.
if it is so when we talk about the variable factor, the regret as a variable factor, then then yeah, of course, it is it can be virtuous or non-virtuous depending on what you are regretting towards, right? And if it's regretting towards good, then it is non-virtuous. If it's regretting towards bad, then it is virtuous, right? So, but here, I think there's in this context, the regret is something that takes away the peace of your mind, right? So something that disturbs your mind,
right.
Very similar to the excitement.
Right.
Like, can I share one example? Like, the other time when Rinpoche was giving teaching, right? And then he kept talking about, he kept talking in Tibetan, for a long time.
Yeah.
And then during the time, I kept thinking like, oh, I should have asked him to stop at the beginning to let people, Westerners, know that that he is actually talking to the Tibetans. So it is, there's not going to be translation. So in my mind, I said, oh, I should have stopped him. I should have. So that kind of regret.
Yeah.
That kind of disturbed my mind.
Yeah. And
disturbed my mind during this. I should have. Even like in the halfway of his talk, I was still thinking that because it was going on and on. Then people are all looking around, and then they say, what's going on?
Exactly.
Like that. So that's kind of the regret, That's the regret. So, well, I shouldn't have done this. I should have said that like that.
So
that kind of distracts, It doesn't harm, anybody, but it distracts my mind.
So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. So that's the regret. Yeah.
Okay. Therefore, always important. 간지 내가 제일든 가서 네가 거 받은 거 타린 부지를 쓰면 맞아. 이래. 근데 지금 가서 생을 같이 제거도 되고 말이었어.
So, we have to understand that the most important thing here is to understand that we have that. Say like at that time, if I have thought, oh, it's okay now, it's too late, no problem, better not think about it. So if I keep thinking it, then I get this more and more disturbed. My peace of mind is gone, right? But if I realize that, I say, okay, it's done, no more. And then if you don't regret anymore like that, then you will not have that kind of distraction for a long time. So the main point is to understand that is this regret, and it only takes peace of mind away. Therefore, you should not have it like that. Recognize that is most important. And so same with the excitement. So if you have these two, either of these mind manifesting in your thought, then recognizing that is important. Identifying that, and then making all your effort to not go under that.
Right? What take on to never then something on the Tarimu injim surunyam tangodas.
And so this is what what is important, is to think about, to identify that, and to think about that. This is happening to me. It's not like excitement, regret is like far away and nothing to do with me. Not like that.
No sem said that no sem said that shooting control. No sem that chipachimato. Quick selection of the Marakajan, no sem said.
And then the third one is the malice, right? So you have this, it's like a harmful intention, right? Very close to similar to harmful intention. So it's also very possible to have in our mind very easily without even recognizing or identifying that we have that.
제가 no sem said kanji 미 파쇼에 추초다 저마토 미서 인지지 지도 배잖아 아니 내가 견디고 삼바티 요단 요다 인지지 삼고 얼마래 간지 저마토 저로 될 갑자기 짱되시
So, like, this is also very close to like the mind, impatient mind, like, not being able to bear, what somebody said or somebody did to you, so like then you immediately want to, respond to that, with the attack or harm, to other person. So that's the thought, right? So the main, this is not necessarily that you have to have a wish, to harm other person, like not being able to bear with their, action towards you is also malice.
간지 저마토 지려고 도지 이제 아니 배잖아 너와 신대지 아니 쉐반 도빈 semjula 됐다 대인지 명이 고치 제거들에서 막 가지 저마토 지들 갑자기 짱되게 로질려도
So not being able to tolerate and then, with that then comes the wish, to respond, or counteract, in that way. And so that can be also malice. It doesn't have to be like a wish to harm, wish to harm other person.
콜로스나 가면 내가 저렇게 정말도 안 나대 대도 말해서 대 담아서 쭉 세워서서 담아서서 된 넣어서서
So like when you're getting angry, when somebody says something and you get angry, like you're not able to tolerate that and you get angry. So, and then when you get angry, it's not like, you have a wish to harm that person. You just have this, oh no, that's not right. That's not right. I should, I should not tolerate that. That's not right. Like that, So that when you have that kind of thought, that's malice also.
생각도 냠냠거도 와.
We have that, with our own experience, right?
다 되는 제사 예대 안에 지금 소소 면등 내 마음 알아. 그래 내가 제사 야만나 마음 봐야나 단다 지기도 삼았다. 야만나 소소 녀라. 야만나 소소 마가서 못들어야 구야보치나 향도 대가고 말. 내가 구이 말로 설명 거로.
So then, because of that, then you have this thought, right? The malice, like, oh, this person caused harm to me, and this person caused harm, and is causing harm to me now, and it has caused harm, to my loved ones, like that.
아니 소소 마가서 매질이야 미치고 야보치거나 향도 대가고 말이야. 아대 그러사 그래.
Yeah, so then also if somebody helps, your enemy, right? Somebody that you don't like, if somebody helps, someone who you don't like, then you become also angry or unhappy.
True, right? Okay, 들에다 더 능지가 사람들이 원래 사도치고 딩소도 샘주로 다 내가 되더라.
So it is it's important to be conscientious, when you have this kind of thought. Then, if you have these thoughts, then that will disturb your mind.
아니 전에 다는 건지 삼야 태야미 로를 캔 코야미 근데 대대라지는 도 신담담. 다 telling mu paase.
And then then sluggishness, right? So that's like, you're kind of lost, like you can't really pay attention to anything. Like nothing's clear to you. You can't, pay attention to it. So that's like sluggishness.
아니 되는 일이 다 니도 지금도 근데 주적으로 니 쇼도 없다. 내용도.
So then sleepiness. Of course, sleepiness, like, whenever you try to do a practice and you listen to the teachings and you fall, you feel sleepy, right?
Right? All this is like nature the camera. Every day teaching something, then all just come. We taught to start pray, just come. When we do puja, even the teaching terms. And all the monks, nuns also not lecture you guys. When start teaching, just come. India, they also weather is very hard. They start teaching. 제가 가지 문바다 니니 집바로 요원자 아니 공이다 시원 팅고 시원.
So the sluggishness and sleepiness here are very similar. So this is again, like in terms of those two obstacles, to the calm abiding, like excitement and mental sinking. We talk about mental sinking, lethargy, mental sinking, right? So that like makes you like very lazy and go to sleep, or not be able to, think or concentrate. So that is sluggishness and sleepiness. So like lethargy.
Like Mark come here, go back to home, go to computer, it's there all night until 2 o'clock. It's true. This is for all of us. 제가 너도 가지 소소 냠내 제와다. 소소 로로 제와라 너요 레스. 이제
So-
그 누가 그렇게 말 거래. 게임에 그렇게 말은 너도 다 가지. 컨센트레이션 좀 넣으래서.
So here it's not talking about virtues and non-virtues. It's just talking about how it causes harm to our concentration or to our practice.
아니 근데 다 아는 도발은 담바스. 단데 착착 되어 그래서.
Then yearning sensory desire. That's like attachment.
다 대충 거지. 다 태점들은 한번 뭐 요거다.
And the fifth one is what? Doubt.
다 태점와도 뭐 저도 요거다.
Do you have a doubt?
저도 배나 시당도 네 태점 써야 돼. 레전드도 저왕하시 요렇게 텔레태점 고기를 해서 남주 거야 돼.
So what kind of doubt is that?
Wouldn't that be one of the root delusion, the six root afflictions of doubt? Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
it
but
means.
what is the doubt for?
What means?
oh like
Doubt towards what?
toward the Dharma, like is
What means?
cause and effect, or the faith in the three jewels, or past and future lives.
야, 제가
Virtues and non-virtues.
저도 들어봐도 저도 들어봐도 나한테 고아들랭이 메스. 자들은 다 나도.
That's the doubt we talk about usually, right? Doubt as a delusion, doubt as an environment.
내 고시 말랭이 그랬어. 내 고아치나서 당가서 소몸 사오라. 도시몸 당겨 메라도 소몸 당겨라. 근데 부자들 가는 편이야. 너야 다 대다래. 속소야 돼.
뭐든 다 철었어.
그래서
철은 다
야 출래 줄때
레전드.
저도 대출 될로도. 대도 당근은 넘지도 당들어와. 대 대만 하는데 대시절 뭐 보여 줘라. 가는 편이야. 좀마다 가는 편이야. 메라도 이런 거는 가는 편이야.
So like doubts towards the prayers, right?
부자스.
Puja, prayers and
Yeah.
pujas. Like when you do the prayers, like, oh, how is that going to help me? How is that going to help? How is that beneficial? It's doing puja, like doing Tara puja, medicine Buddha puja, or other prayers, when you recite, how is that going to be beneficial? And then, so you have a doubt like that in your mind, right?
제가 대 야구 말라고 그러지. 대 영어도 안 하고, 대강도 영어도 다시
So
한번 저도
why do you have that doubt?
Geshe, this is Aisha. I am struggling with that doubt these days because I think, yeah, it just is a struggle. I don't know. It's good to talk about it, so I'm glad to hear other people's ideas about it.
what do you mean? 부자 doesn't walk?
I think it maybe works. But then I think maybe only do it once, it'll be good. Maybe one puja lasts 1 year, I think. So that's like that.
Oh, that's not good.
Puja.
Yes, why do we have doubt? Is that what you
No, this is how this coming, right? You have doubt, right?
We have doubt, right? Why do we have doubt?
Because we don't understand. We're ignorant. About
Yeah.
That's right. We don't know.
제가 대강도
If you know, you will not have a doubt.
Doubt's healthy because you move from doubt to understanding, right?
it's good. Doubt, then you need to research, not just leave that. Or maybe it doesn't work. Maybe I don't think that's feeling. You leave that, then you really doubt walk. They kick out from your dharma. You don't leave, then research how that works. Like me, my own experience, the puja really work. One little Tibetan guy, I will tell that he came last couple of weeks ago here. He have a lot of issues, and he have to do some prayer. The person that if you don't do the finished prayer, you don't get the result. He's very serious, almost 24 hours he do that. Before he try many ways, it doesn't work. So exactly he did puja, he done his job, what he wants. Then he have to do another one. Now he have to do the prayer. If you don't do the finished prayer, it doesn't work. He tried, it doesn't work. Now he looking. I think today they start something. Anyway, the puja really doesn't work. My own experience is really, I'm also don't really see what we do Tara puja. I really don't see that. But from the trust or faith, it really works. Yeah, I share a lot of my experience. In yesterday, 저거 감당은 그 정일하시니 무슨 거로. 모두 그 정일하시니 무슨 거와. 아니 다 네. 고유 고모 자리 피지. 다 좀 주시면 심하게 쉬면. 그래. 그게 랍네. 아니 계속 지금이 뭐 되면. 정일하시 뭐 뭔가 많이 오는 게 라이브. 네. 건단이 거는 건 남주도 말어 소질래도. 되게 편해 그래서. 아니 들이 소질래도 소도 이체요나.
So Geshe said he gets a very special feeling and a different feeling, after when he has, when he does the puja or requests to do the puja for him, like in the Tower house in Serge, they are reciting this the eloquent speech, the essence of the eloquent speech on interpretive and definitive meaning, and so Geshe said he requested them, to recite and make, he made offerings, to make the dedication for him, just to request for dedication, right? Or dedication can be for anything, like just in general dedication, and then this is like then he went to sleep, and the sleeping was different also because he got this different feeling, just from having requested this puja or prayer to be recited.
But I don't know, honestly, I don't feel anything for daytime. But the syllabus really change. Like those things, the puja really work. But therefore, but we all have to doubt it. Therefore, 단데 주저잖아. 되는 대좀도 하고 말이지. 대좀 되게 레가는 주어를 넣었지 그래서.
So, if you have a doubt towards those kind of things, like, right, is there any benefits in doing these pujas or not? Like that if you have that kind of doubt, then you might say, oh, I don't think there's any benefit, right? And then you might not go into the puja or not attend the puja or not recite the prayers, right? Because you have a doubt. That's why.
제사장도 샵된 초원에 빼나 간진 돈데 왔다. 나한테 왔는데 어때? 선지 샤준에서 나도 남바 내된 때와도 태워주면 이질로 거.
So this kind of reciting the prayers, right? Like reciting the sutra, reciting the tantra, and so forth. This is it's a custom. It's a custom that was there since Buddha's time. Like both the Theravadins and Mahayana tradition have this practice of reciting prayers.
제사 인생하고 배veluk소라 뺄때 처치 뭐래 샵된 초선데.
And especially in Tibetan tradition, it's very strong. In some tradition of Tibetan Buddhism, all they do is just pujas.
너를 샵된 초선에서. 난 대단 아릴라든 총회 샵는. 내가 배도는 너를 샵된 초선.
So then, like here, of course, you don't see people doing prayers so much, right? Even at the center, when we have pujas, not many people come. But like in Tibet, they do pujas for like months, like for months in a year.
세상 아무도 살아라 자살라 대대 볼까라. 맨날 자살라나 샵된 방법도 말. 샤랑님보다 더 많이 사.
Like in Sera, in monastery, and they don't do many pujas because most of the time they spend studying the philosophy, right? So, but they have this big puja, of reciting the Tara prayers and the Heart Sutra many times.
세상 아무도 계속라 그래 저런 게. 로종 네가 쳐올라. 저런 샵된 네가 쳐오르스. 로종 가로. 바라가 쳐올라 샵된 대가 쳐오르지.
So like they said that you have to do these pujas, to create a merit, to be successful in the studies that you're doing, in the practice and studies that you're doing. And they are saying that to do this much of practice, to do this much of study, you have to have this much of puja.
제사 빼나 세라다와나 점점 쇼크를 샤르니.
Like in Sera monastery, they recite the Tara prayer, 21 praises to Tara, so many times, like 60, 70 times, like in a day, in the morning.
제가 계속라 그랬지. 남도 자사였다. 솔로니 마토가노 로조 지금만 오지. 뜸대가 나오는데 못 봐서도 내도 내줘.
So like in the monastery also it happens to the monks, like they don't feel like studying, they don't feel like going to the prayers and doing the prayers and so forth. It's like it's very sluggish.
안 계속라 그랬다. 저 데리 돈내는도 이제 로레스. 데리 샤는 이제 로레스. 이제 감나 그래.
Like don't feel like doing any practice, any studies, right? Then the teachers will tell us that there's like a recitation of Tara prayer today. You should go to that. or there's a recitation, of the Heart Sutra prayer there. You should go to that.
제가 간지 샵된 소스에 되게 팬텐데 빼는데 난 감독하는데 무슨 장소 가요 말이 단단 하고 아마 배그는 빠빠빠빠 치는 데는
So reciting the prayers and rites is very important. It has a great benefits, and so that's why and the faith also, right? So that even though all the Tibetans, they don't understand the meaning, even in Tibetan prayers, they don't understand all the meaning of the prayer, but because of the words, the chanting and all these things, inspires us to recite. So of course it's a different case for you. When we recite the prayers in Tibetan, then of course you have no idea at all. Just follow that. It's difficult.
임바 옛나야 안 수수 대화 요바나 그거 때인데 제가 되게 태dom대 가지나 샤와든 주얼로 같이 시간 도잖아 태dom대 야보 말해서 쇼리네 단대야 랩 말레베스나 쇼거다 태dom이 요지 태돔 와는 들어와 있나 아니 저는 샤와시바 아니 까르고 해서 태dom대 야보 말해서
So it is important, to do these practices like the prayers, reciting prayers. So some, prayers that we do in Tibetan, like, we are kind of used to that. Like in the Guru Puja, we do a lot of them in the Tibetan, and we are used to that, right? You feel very comfortable doing. Those of you who are familiar with that, you feel very comfortable doing it, and even you want to do it in Tibetan instead of doing it in English, right? Because you say, oh, this is. It's done like that, You have that strong, that comes from the practice and the belief also, right? And but if you don't believe that, that there is a benefit and and it's helpful to do, that if you have a doubt, and then you will not engage in that. So therefore, this kind of doubt that prevents you from engaging in doing the practices and rites, and then therefore this doubt is not good.
제가 다 내가라 들어발라 그래. 가르나 가르들었나? 나와서 냠들 렘발라. 아니 죽고 왔다 빠지 쳐인다. 아니 콜을 들어발라 그래.
So these 5 are called defilements, or the obstacles. So they are obstacles because they obstruct, or they cause obstacles, to your practice, of the 3 training. That's why.
제가 안에 대리 죽게 가는 다 가고. 소비 죽을라 번쳐봐. 대리자 저는 냠레데 시와라 아니까 꾸만으로 해서 저는 하고 같이 팀원 말로 같이
This is like it's advice, to make us do the practice, to make us study, like stimulating us, to practice, right? Inducing. Therefore, you should take it as advice.
오케이. 어디지 제다 안에 단디나는 거 만나가도 노sem당 더발은 덤반이 남정도 싫어하고 말이 너 저기에 딱 고도 너무 배수치 보인다 다 셴바도는 거기는 용어되게 놓아 답되고 놓아
So the sensory desire and the malice, right? So that maybe we don't have that much strong, because we understand that as a bad, right? So when you have that, you know it's a bad. But other ones is there, but you don't recognize, or you don't identify them. You're not able to identify them, and it keeps having you keep having them, and you don't even realize that they are there, and you don't do anything to get rid of them.
어제 제가 안에 너발은 덤반은 노sem이니까 아니 또다 두름이 하고서 말았네 당보 좀 랭가 말을 들으려면 야보 마서 왔네 그래서
And so the malice and the yearning, sensory desire, cause harm, to the training of training of morality, and taking the vows, right? So you have to take the vow, to observe the vow, which is the practice of morality, observing the vows, right? So first, it doesn't allow you to take the vows, and then secondly, even if you have taken the vows, it will not, it will harm you, to not observe them properly.
아니 못 받아 니가 또다 나왔으면 아니 띵에도 거 받아 다시 그래서
And of course, the sluggishness and the sleepiness is mostly causing harm, to the training of concentration.
아니 조바다 안에 그러 거바든 조바니 또 새롭게 냠내 쳐발라 그래서
And then the excitement and the regret, cause harm, to the training of wisdom.
아 태좀 되게 자상한 죽었네 그래서
And the doubt causes harm to all of them.
오케이 Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not too deep forward, right? It's daily life work. How about you guys? Are you guys living that? Hello, good morning.
Hello. Yes, it's good and very helpful.
Oh yeah. 다되죠. 다되 가서 나도 저는 도시지 된도 something. 다되 올라야. 다되니 아니 가로. 제가 대원도 말고 치고 그래서 다 대원도 다 냠래 가르쳤나 다 온봉하다 땀가 냠래 제가 이제 소람다 좀 하지라 치고 그래서
So this is kind of the revision that we went through last time, right? So that's done. And then after that, is the, what is that? Dhamma?
온봉아 땀가.
And then we could train or practice the 5 powers. And Dhamma,
온봉아. 상조 속대서.
Dhamma, Dhamma,
제가 그 실력이 되니까 같이 상조 속는 가가 뒤로 와. 이제 나도 집어넣어 간 거야.
So this one is talking about the 37 limbs, limbs of Bodhisattva, Bodhicitta, and Bodhisattva path, and that includes all these 5 powers and 5 forces and so forth. I mean, it's sounds similar, force and power, right?
Yeah.
But it's a little different there,
So
these are practice on the path of preparation.
제가 가지 다 바자다잖아. 딩에게 아니 저가 어디 바빠면 나는 손음 쉬고 손음이야 쉬고 거지. 다 안에 저런 거 값은 냠나까지 나네 다 대소 공부가. 그래서
So this one, so here talking about the 5, those 5 obstacles, right? So what prevents you from entering into the path is the 5 obstacles. So now first you overcome those 5 obstacles, and then you'll be able to enter into the path of accumulation. And then once you have entered the path of accumulation, and then when you move up, to the path of preparation, then you engage in these the 5 powers like the faith and so forth.
다 들어가니 다 대파 담보가도 얘가 이시 가래를 쉬거나 다 주전이나 대파 주전만은 이체고 그래서.
So first, is the faith. So from the Dharma point of view, it is the faith. In the mundane point of view, it's the belief. So 45. Well, the 5 supreme dharmas are faith, perseverance, reflection, meditative concentration, and wisdom. Strive in earnest for these. They are called, so it says, the strength, the powers, and what takes you to the peak.
예. 제가 안에 다 담보 가래 내가 가지 나도 이체 고로 야무나 이체 야무나 대화 주전이나 대바지. 주전만은 내가 되는 소리를 배도 이체 고로 와.
So first you need is the faith, right? So in the Dharma you need a faith also, right? So even in the mundane life you need a kind of faith, but what we call the belief. It says, oh, if I do this job, I will make money. Like that kind of belief I'll be paid and so forth. Like that kind of belief you have to have.
아니 되니 아니 대 전도 그보다 존재고 그러 봤어.
And then but once you have the faith. Then once you believe that this is going to benefit me, then you have to have the effort. Then you have to make the effort, right? And you have to make the effort. So there's the perseverance. Right? So you have to make the effort to do that.
아니 되니 강장자부터 마지막에 점화해보고 그러 봤어.
And then when you do when you make the effort to do that practice or the job, then you have to be mindful in that. Right? You have to be mindful about the job. So you need the reflection. So what you need to do, what you should do, what you should not do. So you have to know exactly. You have to be mindful about that.
대지부들하니 내가 지어도 tempo check 그러고서.
And then you have to know what you have to do. And then once you know what to do, then when you do it, you have to do it properly, right? Stability. You need that stability. That's the meditative concentration.
대용화를 안 혈압세대 제단 만하고 시바이 그러고. And
then, in order to do that properly, then you have to know how to do it, right? So that wisdom, understand knowing how to do that. So these 5 are very important. And so when do you have this practice? It's the practice. It's during the part of preparation, like the the heat peak, the forbearance, and the spring dharma.
但得了我这就得到呢，东方西极这么叫老实，OK？ 但得了呀，我就想说说不定谁今年的晓得，感觉那时候的什么年没接到的感觉，安尼用了这么一个巴拉呀，王伯牙谁的年没过，王伯牙那个这是。
So there's the 37 practices of the Bodhisattva that you do, during the part of preparation. And so that's like the five, the first and the five forces, or the five powers. Sorry, that's done during the heat and the peak, level of the part of preparation.
那用了这几年开始感觉，东北你对我是多巴拉呀，没这个劲，你把吃饱多巴，你把吃饱去多巴一张。
So during the heat in the level of the part of preparation, you get this special power to come to realize the emptiness directly, so therefore it's called the powers, five powers.
现在呢，这当然这么给你把的，他做把的清楚你把的来，安尼结果呢，可多不了个的多。
So that is during the heat and the peak level of the part of preparation. Then comes the forbearance and the supreme dharma level of the part preparation. So during that, that's called the forces, five forces.
가르에서나 대가 문도 쇼 단든지 아니 고 받치 시험하다 또 많이 땡겨서 또 말 받치디 고 내마다 버지 고 파도 그네 뭐다 또 없이 다니도 시작해.
And so you have this force, to overcome, that obstacle. So the obstacle to come to realize emptiness directly. So that you have the force, to overcome that obstacle. So that obstacle will not be able to cause harm to you. You can overcome. So you have that force, to overcome. Therefore, it's called the force during the forbearance and the spin down the level of the bubble.
그래서 정가 집어인 받지 아니 대송봉가인 받지 이나 고 젤렉션이 밀까 다시 보인 받.
And so in terms of the counting, the number, it's the same. The five forces like faith and so forth, five powers, faith and so forth, right? And so it's the same, but in terms of the function, that's the difference.
이번에 간터를 내가 또 내가 제와나 보텔에 있지. 내가 내가 존재. 내가 맞지베 점바. 강창 어떻게 찍어지잖아 그래.
So like whatever we do, whatever kind of work we're doing, we have to have belief in that work, in that job, work. And then you have to make the effort to do the work. Then you have to be mindful about the work, right? So you have to know, and then you have to do it properly. And then in order to do it properly, you have to know that wisdom, right? So all these five are same.
Right? For my example, he doesn't come to puja. Because he doesn't have the faith. Puja.
I don't understand it.
Therefore, you don't understand, you don't have faith. Therefore, you have thought. You don't check my puja. 제가까지 도와도 내가 전에 도와도.
Yeah, so you have to understand it, and then you have to have you have to feel delighted in doing that.
제가 아니까지 도와 매와 있나? 염나 이치 매와 있나? 되게 내가 저걸 같이 같이 당하는 것도 하고도.
So like if you don't have that faith or belief and the delightness in doing that, then that will cause obstacle in doing that job, in doing that work, right?
Is it like that?
Well, even if you had the doubt tending toward the truth, the three types of doubt, if you had the doubt tending toward the truth and you say, probably is beneficial, would that's
a little better.
Yeah, you go there.
Hopefully one day.
You have that doubt. Maybe it is beneficial. Try to go there.
Question about the five powers and strength.
Yeah.
So, Geshe, are you saying they're the same factors, but on the heat and peak levels, let's say they're stronger on the forbearance and the supreme mundane levels? Is it the same factors, but just stronger on those levels, or are they different?
또그만 찍어버렸어. 또그만 엉벙아 세대. 찍어봐야 말았다.
실력전에.
근데 그다음 가서 저 소개 값수 가서 저다 제목 값수 대시 숙충하지. 아니, 서바다 저저가 없어 제가 쭉 줘요. 드려가지고.
근데 슈체도 요 때인데 그 냠ля는 슈체 연구를 봐.
Yes, definitely there's more powerful, during the forbearance and the supreme dharma, the supreme and the dharma. Yeah.
근데 실력전에까지 내가 제다전에 그 같다고 인지치 바래.
Yeah, so in terms of the function, it is different, but the name is same.
Function, so not only the strict
빼차잖아.
function.
빼차잖아 알아봐. 부모지 와나? 아니 부모지는 아마 잘 울어. 아마라 그러고.
So like a girl, when a woman, when she gives birth, then she becomes mother, right?
아니 뭐 개개나 뭐라 개개라 그러고.
So if she is teacher, then she will be called teacher. If she teaches, then she will be called teacher, right?
인지 미치긴 발라 콜 내가 전에 고미 가다도.
So even though it's the same person, but because of the different functions, she's called differently, as a mother, as a teacher.
아, 근데 저도 제모서 근데 물론 니파 체장다 슈체도 요 때인데 요고 야야로 그러고.
Yeah, so in terms of the power, of course, there's a more, when it comes, to the forbearance and the supreme mundane dharma in the level.
오케이?
Okay.
제가 다내 반응하도 대화 통화 반응 샤초 섭제되지 어떻게 되셔야 돼요.
So this is the common, practice, of the 37 practices of Buddha Sattva, that is explained in both, Mahayana and Hinayana.
강들을 내가 가르치거나 단다 띵아 빼는 것 전부터 대단하지 로존 냠내 제가 되는 것 전부터 해서 대단다 되고 고도.
Anyway, these five are very important, when you're doing anything, like any kind of job, right? And of course, it's more important, when you're doing the practice.
그러나 네 해랑 가도라도 알아봐디 되게 고도 있는 것도 냠내 잡고 받치대 용을 해다서 받치대 저다서.
The five the obstacles that we talked earlier, right? Because these five cause obstacles to our practices.
다 원하는 것도 내가 용을 가르고 있는 대파 존지 템파 띵샤 땡가 고거다서.
So once you have freed the obstacles, right? Once you have freed yourself from the obstacles, then what do you need? So to do the job, you need these five powers, by faith and so forth.
Do you see the connection that? Okay, any questions you guys have? Are you flipping that? Hey Carlo, do you have some questions? Very short question. I need very short question. No, my question, are you guys thinking like, oh, this is really makes sense, or this is like Buddhism like that? What do you guys think? This is Buddhism, I explain it like that. Or you really, this really makes sense. What do you
I
think?
feel I think it makes a lot of sense myself. It's really helpful to hear it spelled out word by word like this. So
Okay, how the other people? Angie, are you there?
Yeah,
me too.
I just feel
Are you,
I
my
feel
question,
yeah, and you talk about it those I feel like especially you talk about the doubts, right? I mean, when you study and then that's the most important, you need practice. And my personal experience that I'm just really enjoy the what the meaning on the prayer said, that you have a motivation for all the sentient beings. So I think it's kind of the beauty. You have a good heart to pray, to do this for other people, so why just don't just give a try, and then at the same time you're learning, you build up your study, and then you get to more, because we all on the process of preparation. I would say that, so we're not, I'm not that level, so I still learning. So I think it's worthy to practice, and then try to do research, as Geshe said that. So I think it's very useful. Yeah.
how about other people? Deborah, Ronnie,
Kesla, I find this very helpful as well. The teachings, especially
my question is, are you feel that when you hear those things, this is a Buddhism way, this is a really exactly a reality makes sense. What do you guys think?
I think it's very practical. It's practical. It's not just, I don't think it's just Buddhism. I think a lot of it is very practical, and that's what's really nice for me. I like that. It's really helpful for me, even though I'm not really the best practitioner. I don't do everything I'm supposed to do. I do the best I can, but I find it very helpful, especially to know like the advice that's given from Nagarjuna. I think it's like because he's given us an idea of what we need in order to get where we're going or where we want to go. And I think that's like really practical and helpful, because you can plan better and you can work to prepare and get yourself ready to be there or to get there.
Good. How about other people? What do you guys think? You think, oh, this is like Buddhism explained way, or you just say, oh, doesn't really make sense.
Well, I can see this, like what Maria said, this is so practical. And, I can see aspects, it points out obstacles that I really wasn't aware that I even had, but I do. And I can see how if once you are aware of the obstacle, then you can work on reducing it.
Exactly.
I don't think I can't imagine eliminating it. But I can certainly reduce it.
And I agree. With everything Myrnie said, and everybody so far is that like, I mean, like you read it and you just read a text and you absorb the text, but also, and you're like, oh, like, yeah, that makes sense, right? But when we talk about it at length in class, and also when you make us explain it from our point of view and what we understand of it, like that solidifies it and makes me recognize things that aren't just Buddhism. Like I don't feel like I'm just doing Buddhism. Like there are practical applications to my life. And then it breaks down in a number of ways, like Myrnie said, that I otherwise wouldn't have been able to see, or my brain would have just glossed over reading it in a text.
Good. Okay. Any other? Okay, how about you guys? What do you think, Vika?
I have a stronger faith in teaching, but I recognize the doubt in myself that, I'm not going to be full enlightened. Like I have a doubt in myself that I recognize that myself.
You think you're not able to enlighten?
Well, I'm ashamed to say I do, but if I really look into it, there's a doubt.
Yeah, this is honest. Yeah. This is really true. Because how to get out our ignorance? Sometimes a lot of ignorance, we don't really recognize this ignorance. It's like my nature. Therefore, this is not shame. This is for all of us, very honest. Even I know me, myself, study whole life. But I don't feel, maybe I'll come one day in that. Really, something in that place. It's not easy, but those things are what they explain. You really think it's really practical, it's a reality, then it makes to us our practice or our faith or our effort become more strong. Otherwise, sometimes, this is like Buddhism way. This is how they explain. You think that way because you take different than reality. Buddhism, we describe for reality, but it's our reality is not like that way. Therefore, this is like religion's way. This is a who don't believe the religion?
Atheist.
Atheist. This is like atheist. We don't say atheist. Okay? What do you think, Mark? Are you excitement or you a doubt or you
it's exactly what you said. If you have, I think for me, my mind, doubt is good. But if you just doubt and stop, that's a problem. No good.
Therefore, what do you?
So you doubt it, you have to test.
You observe doubt puja. You just stop that. I'm just kidding you. It's true, yeah. You doubt, just stop that. Well, you lose doubt, check your opportunity. But you lost. But doubt, you more research or you do more work, then it become better. Sometimes the doubt's good. Without doubt, just everything what they say, Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes. Because it doesn't go to your mind, really. It's got all. Mupa. Mupa se chadi goes.
Sluggishness.
Ah.
Mupa.
Muparo.
Sluggishness.
Yes. What's the silliness?
Sluggish.
Please.
Sluggish.
With the lethargy?
Yeah, lethargy.
Mupa?
Yeah, mupa. The more Karladna ko thought came in channel.
Sluggishness, it's like, just like not having any kind of feeling or, no excitement or nothing, just like very lost and not having any interest to do anything.
Therefore, you say you need to doubt, but don't follow. That doesn't go on the man. Okay?
Yeah, so don't follow that. Don't follow the dot.
Just leave that. Okay, that doesn't work.
Or it's just like faith. Faith, it's good. Like if I have faith that if I study, I'll get a better grade, that's good, but not blind faith. Somebody says there's a snowman in the back. Oh, he's high level. I believe it. Look, everybody, look at this beautiful snowman. No.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Therefore, example, we said that puja. I think we all have doubt. Some people say, some people return. Really, puja work? Really, puja, we do puja is working. A lot of people, it's not bad. They have, they have to,
It's possible to
it's
have
possible
doubt.
that it's okay. But we just leave that, then because the doubt take our power. We need to check more, and more research.
Also, other doubt.
The 3 times? Yeah, the one that's leaning toward the false. Yeah, and then the middle.
Yeah. So maybe there's a benefit, maybe there's no benefit. Maybe,
Yeah,
I think there's no benefit. I should not go there.
You just said it.
That's what most of people do. When they don't go, oh, maybe there's no benefit. There's benefit, maybe there's benefit, maybe there's no benefit. I think maybe there's no benefit, so I shouldn't go. Right? Then that's like tending towards false, right? And then you should say, oh, maybe there is a benefit. So many people go, so maybe there is a benefit. Even though I don't see it, but there may be benefit. I should go, and like that. And then that's like tending towards the truth.
근데 시당 줄로 삼을도 없는 거 이시 힌두. 근데 이시도 그 세당도 되게 이제 잡대로 해다고. 그 제당 가르면.
So like in the Christianity also they have that, right? Chantings, prayers like in a tune, like a singing, like
different word.
I call that chores.
Chanting.
Chorus.
Chanting.
Chorus.
Yeah.
Like a choir. Choir like that. It's like very like it's like a singing, but it's a prayer, right? So it's like saying the virtuous words.
아니 힌두도 단 배워 나머지 집어넣고 가만히 해.
And the Hindus also they have a lot of prayers.
아니 다 가시는 거.
Buddhists.
가시는 거 들으셔. 가시 빼고 담보로 나오는 지금도.
And then Muslims also, the Islam also have that, right? They even have more strict one.
한다 내대 대화마도 내대는 그거 샵대 쉬운 대화는 거죠.
Then also in the Theravada tradition, they also have a lot of puja, a lot of prayers.
We said all the time.
Prayers or puja?
They do same sutras.
Prayers, yeah.
We can say puja, but most of the time, 집어넣어가지. Then 제당 말하면 이제 곧 또 집어넣는 되겠어.
Yeah, it's the puja prayer, same, puja. In the puja, you do the chanting, you do the prayers. So you do prayers. It's only mostly, it's just the prayers, during the puja.
제당
Studying prayers.
제당 말하면 줄립 상마대 제도.
It's just a different way of doing it, but they all have it. All the religions have it.
내가 제고사다 같이 단다대 내가 제고사래.
So must be working, must be doing the job, right?
Doing something job. Everyone doing that.
But that does inspire. I mean, because you can still have doubts and where Mark said, well, the High Lama said it, so it must be true. Of course, you don't want to have that blind faith. But at the same time, if the teachers, all these teachers who you respect and it does inspire you to say, oh, there must be something to this.
근데 요요사대. 제자 감독은 니빠 가상의 조도씩 나와 있다. 당당 감독 사전 내려요. 뒤태지로 뒤태딩. but 감리 실로로 빼네. 근데 자나래요. 뒤로 내려와요.
So like the atoms, right? The atoms in this country here, the atoms, like the soil, the atoms, right? So the atoms, the particles, right? So the atoms, that exists here in this house, right? In this room. Does it have like connection, with the or relations, with the atoms in China? The particles in China?
I've heard.
They
I've heard they do.
Yeah, they do, huh? So like these glasses, the particles in these glasses, have a connection, with the particles in China. And then the like Buddha's blessing, has a connection, with the particles in our body. Because there is this relationship or connection, therefore, it helps and harms either way. Either way.
제가 가지 도우치는 가도 다 산기처럼 가와야 나가는 트릭시다잖아요. 그때는 트릭이 되는 캐는 거지.
So like, you might think, oh, where's the Buddha's blessing? So this is how the scientists explain it.
Scientific blessing 뭐다가지 뒤에서 파투 되겠어.
So the scientists, they don't say blessings, but they talk about the particles and how they are related, how they are connected with each other.
제가 난도 되던데 되게 되던 기조잖아. 별의 미션은 되더라고 미주 등에 그래서. 그래요, 그다데.
So how is the connection built? Like if you make a movement, to the particles, here on these glasses, so the particle in the glasses in China will make movement. How are they connected? So even though it doesn't make movement, but there is a relationship between that, right? They are related. But in Buddhism, what we talk about, is the dependent origin, like dependent rising. So they're all dependent on each other. That's how we have to understand.
Okay, like that. Okay. Any question?
Were you saying something?
No, you have a question? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Bob, go ahead.
I was thinking earlier about excitement. Is there a specific antidote for excitement, or is it just practice, concentration, developing better concentration to overcome the excitement?
I think concentration, yeah. Concentrations that for recognize and concentration.
Yeah, so understanding, first understanding or noticing the excitement, and then you apply the concentration to not so that it doesn't come.
Okay. Yes.
Geshe, at the beginning class, you talked about how the prayers that we say at the beginning of the class are the whole path to enlightenment. And I think Geshe said that the 7 limbs we do in conjunction with the Guru Yoga Lama Tsongkhapa can be done either sutra or tantra. Is that right? So you can do the Guru Yoga.
So you can do it in relation to the sutra or in relation to tantra.
That particular Guru Yoga you can do is tantra? Right.
Yes. Yes.
제가 그날 라면 초바당 안에 가들 하자대 시당 할라면 발라 안에 들 거로 롱진의 튀진 매화는 냠내 지초가 될 가들 하자대 라면 주민이나 좀 지나 또 롱도 튀고 그래서 내가 그 지초면 할라면 오늘 차대
라면 루데 쳐봐요.
라면도 쳐봐 당하고 남지 가들 하면 만들어서 다 일단 도름도 내셔 쉽게 지금 뭐라.
So like the Guru Puja, the Lama Chopa Guru Puja, it's actually related, with the High Yoga Tantra. So in order to do that practice, of the Guru Puja, that is in relation to the High Yoga Tantra, you have to have the what do you call that? The commentary. You have to have received the commentary, and of course you have to have that lineage, from the Lama master, who holds the lineage, of that practice, and you have to receive the commentary. So once you have received the commentary on that, then you can do the practice in relation to the Tantra. So right now, like when we're doing it in public, both the Lama Zopa Guru Yoga and the Lama Shopa, it is related with the sutra. It's the one that's related with the sutra. We're doing.
The sutra the kanji
So not really. This is So like I mean, in the Guru Puja, right? There's a part, we don't recite it, but that. But when if there's a one part, where you generate yourself instantly in the on the day, so that's related with the. We don't in the public, we don't do that,
Right.
But usually in the monastery we have that, you generate yourself as instantly as a deity, and then you bless the inner offering, and then with that you do the external offerings and all these things. That's all related with the tantra. So you can do the Lama Zopa Guru Yoga in the same way.
You do the same thing.
Yeah.
But like even if you're doing the full sadhana.
kanji lamen nanjur sen kanji tan jangwala ma tsonga wa chimbo te ani chik suzu kanji chena lama chena tuchi gomne ani suzu tsawe lama da ani jangwala ma tsonga ngu imme ten dre ne ani nyamle chedere ani dasumbajo chede ani mikse ba dang dasumbajo chero.
So like in the Lama Zopa Guru Yoga, you can visualize the Lama Zopa inseparable with one's one guru, and then you can do the visualization of the nectar and the light flowing down and so forth.
dasumbajo chede chede tanangadu chede mo
Not chicken.
ta ngad nyamle ta tuchi ngad nyamle chede tuchi chede tuchi pandwa ndo ta te cha chede ya ta ko gadela de korang trip pe mo chimbo tijewo.
So
단단하도 제대로 해야 돼. 나도 맞아와 전에 남주기 일하다 이제면 아직 못 되게 와. 다 반대바 있나 같이 또 전에 근데 대충 배로 전에 아니 랑 라지 좀 거만요. 가들라지 치 개번 반도 있나? 랑 라지 강아지예요. 그게 남주 화원님이 제가 참아줘요.
So when you do that practice, you can also, when you do the tantric practice, that's how you do it, and then you can in the extensive Lama Zopa Guru Yoga practice, which you have to receive the commentary to do that. There you can generate yourself as the deity also. So that's done in relation to the self generation. The self generation as the deity, and so then that becomes the tantric practice. But the one that we're doing here in public, is just related with the. It's just like we visualize the Lama Zopa and the disciples, and we can visualize other objects of refuge, and then we do these offerings of the seven limbs in their presence, in front of them, like that. That is mostly related with the sutra practice.
다 도저는 그냥 나든 도저 그냥 삼보다도 요제 삼보다다.
Yeah, so it's the way the way you think when you do the practice. The way you think, is what makes the difference. It's just a changing of the way of thinking.
너냐는 제가라 레버드 예샤는 레버드 토약 제때 냐는 제가 레버드 예샤는 레버드 토약 제때 봐. 시도도 왔나 시도도 예샤 이 번요별 때문에 내가 찍었다. 너냐는 제가라.
So when you do the sutra practice, you look, you place the fruit or the result up there, and then you strive to achieve or to obtain that result.
나냐는 지금 고트는 시도 말래네 거 사리겠다.
So it's like the reaching out, for the fruit. But when you do the practice of the tantra, you take the fruit and then you eat it. And while you do the practice of the tantra.
가지 라파냐가 담아배 나지데. 나 냠이 도도 도데 담아배 나데 심바빠 도야지데.
So the practice of the tantra, where you give up the clinging, and appearance, of the ordinary, ordinary appearance, right? So you give up the clinging and the ordinary appearance, and that's the main way, main practice of the tantra.
나와서 나 주로도 나 그걸 좀 나가도 거다 베이는 소리죠랑 그거는 동 나가도 왔어.
Appearance, it's like, all these objects that appear to us, right? So like, you see, you have the appearance of these objects, of the statues, like the statues that, we ordered from Nepal, brought from Nepal, like that, that appears to you, right?
No, need the rest of it, shamas.
Then you cling to it. So just like it appears to you, then you think it is like that. You cling to it as it appears to you. So that's clinging.
다 누가 나 지금 내 나와도 나 좋은 내 문에 한문에 임바. 그런 무식 문에 임바. 좀바 문에 임바. 지금 무식 문에 임바 나 타고다.
So whereas in practice of the tantra, you don't have this appearance, the ordinary appearance, like statue brought from Nepal, like that. In the practice of tantra, you have to see this as a real Buddha. It's like Guru Rinpoche, it's like a real Guru Rinpoche. Buddha Shakyamuni is real Buddha Shakyamuni. It's not just a statue. It appears to you, but it is real Buddha Shakyamuni. That's how you have to visualize. So you avoid that the ordinary appearance. And then it has to appear to you. It has to appear to you like a real Buddha. Right? And then, as it appears to you like it appears to you like a real Buddha, then you have to also think, like cling, to it, or think it, and of it as a real Buddha. So that's the both the appearance and the clinging. So the example just earlier he gave about the food, is not correct. Like in the sutra, you are like you put a ladder, to reach, for the fruit. But in the tantra, you're not, you're eating the food already. You're already eating the fruit.
You need to feel like that. Food is there, but you have to feel like really eating experience like that. Okay? You go to all different directions. Sorry that, because we already received that and watch us as about the session, a lot of sessions, you have a little bit experience, something, okay, when I'm going to start practice Tantra, we already practice Tantra. Don't think, when I'm able to do that. We already do that. We're already doing that. Not think, okay, when I'm going to do that. Okay? We already do that.
We're already doing the practice. You don't have to think that, when I'm going to do it.
When I'm ready. Okay, when I'm ready. You're already doing. Okay? Okay, sorry you guys. Are you guys bored there?
We're good. Good.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now we stop. Really stop. But whatever we talk about today, please go back to your home. Not just put back in your home. Read that, a lot of comment. You have to maybe 10, 20 pages. Read that, a little bit of concentration, try to make things okay. Book said that it's a really reality. We need to do something not always, this is important to, not Buddhism said that way. We need to do something fun. This is reality. When we go to buy the milk, or maybe oranges, the shops are really delicious. Okay, the shops are that. Because I have this experience. I drink that, take a different way. If you feel like that, you have faith, that you're able to effort, then you can also more concentration, then you can also awareness. You have all five there. Okay? This is homework, okay? You guys accept the homework? Do a little bit of experience. Next time, not just looking for the caution. Maybe I have caution. Not like that. Okay, I have caution that. Okay? Okay, now we stop.
Okay, please turn to page 39 for the Thanksgiving Mandala offering. Saji Purti Shushi Meta Jetsu Name Kusera Kenchen, Tunde Jojo Giboda, Lotsun Tempe Jome Sasundi, Jome Muso Tanu Idam Guru Ramana Kamniya Tayati. For my two collections, vast as space that I've amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become chief leading Buddha for all those whose wisdom eyes blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach the state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my lives, Manjushri. May I find the best and complete creative paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of the beings with the points of the paths as I have discerned them. May I uphold Buddhist teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddhist deeds be nourished for a long time, by even this great course to enlightenment completed due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children. May all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent path never be parted in any of their lives from the purest paths praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. Kari Rawe
Kore Shankanjo
Pensa Deva Babu Jungwe Chenme Zivon Tenzin Gyatso Yi Jape Seke Vardu Tengyur Chi. Savior of the Snowman teachings and transmigratory beings, who extensively clarifies the path of unified happiness and compassion, to the lotus in the hand, Lord Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be fulfilled. Page 49. You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjuna's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplished magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior, myself, and others, your disciples, please, please return swiftly. Page 57. Through this virtue, may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddhist state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious, supreme, bodhi mind, may it where a born arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore.